Seen the lights go out on Broadway. Saw the Empire State lay low. But life went on beyond the Palisades. They all bought Cadillacs and left there long ago. We held the concert out in Brooklyn to watch the island bridges blow. They turned our power down and drove us underground, but we went right on with the show. Seen the lights go out on Broadway. Saw the ruins at my feet. You know, we almost didn't notice it. We've seen it all the time on 42nd Street. They burned the churches up in Harlem, like in that Spanish Civil War. The flames were everywhere, but no one really cared. Always burned out there before. Seen the lights go out on Broadway. Whoa, watch the mighty skyline fall. The boats were waiting in the Battery. The Union went on strike. They never sailed at all. They sent the carry around from Norfolk and picked the Yankees up for free. They said the Queens could stay. They blew the Bronx away, sang Manhattan out to sea. Whoa. Went bright on Broadway, but that was so many years ago. Before we all lived here in Florida, before the mafia took over Mexico. There are not many who remember. They say a handful still survive to tell the world about the way the lights went out and keep the memory alive. Hey, hey, hey! Happy Sunday, folks. How everybody doing today? Let's see who's in the chat. Thomas George, how we doing, my friend? You play Man in the Mirror by Michael Jackson. Okay, it's in the queue. Love that song. And can you also play Uptown Girl by Billy Joel? Also in the queue. Don't do that one very often, but it's always kind of a fun challenge. KJ Amani says, hey, Steve, can you play Help by the Beatles? Nice. Not one I get requested very often. That'll be fun to play. Absolutely. Also, you did a really good job on the Wonderful Tonight tutorial. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Glad to hear it's resonating. Kat is here. With it being National Hugging Day, can you perform something by Leo Sayer or George Strait today? Something to slow dance or cuddle to with the one I love. Okay. I'll do some George Strait for you. Absolutely. Thanks for being here, Kat. Lee Scott says, hey, Steve, you play You're the Inspiration from Chicago. You've played the other best tracks the last few weeks. Be nice to hear this one. Okay. Good tune, one of my favorites. Silviu in Romania is here. I am doing great today. How are you, Silviu? Thanks for being here as always. Always a pleasure to see your name in the chat feed. And Moritz, Moko, one of our favorites from Graz, Austria, one of our regulars. Could you please play No More Lonely Nights by Paul McCartney or Life on Mars by David Bowie? All right, you're in the queue there, Mo. Thank you. Stephen McKibben from Northern Ireland is here. Top of the evening to you. It's good to have you. I'm sorry, that's a terrible, I'm not good at, I sound like someone doing an impression of somebody doing an impression, but it's meant with respect, my friend. And Stephen sent me a message and asked me if I might do some Waylon today because of our Sunday jam, and that'll come your way for sure. Thanks, Stephen. Good to have you with us. McBekoff says, hey, Steve. Hello again. Greetings from Bavaria, Germany. Awesome. Great to have you with us. Danke, danke, danke. I'm sorry I haven't had a chance yet, my friend. Busy month, really busy month for me. And our friend Ruth Hooker is here, the Unicorn Girl. She sent me a couple of requests to look at, and I have at least one of them on deck, so you will get your wish. She had mentioned Miami 2017, but that's not the request that I honored for you, Ruth. That was one I just kind of planned on opening with today. Great minds think alike, so I'm going to do some Peter Cetera here in a little bit. All right, Pete Pohl is here. Hey, Steve, can you do Half a Mile Away by Billy Joel? Love the videos. Wow, I haven't done that one in a long time. I'll see what I can do. I'm not sure if I can remember what key to do it in or how to play it. But I might at least try to start it, and if it falls apart like a train wreck, then I will stop and laugh at myself. Hey, thanks, Mo. Yeah, you know, I was not a Dodgers fan growing up. I was a Cubs fan. But in all those years that I lived in near Las Vegas, I took in a few games over at Dodger Stadium because we were only about a 5-hour drive from there. And that is the coolest place ever. I loved it. So I've become a Dodgers fan in my adult years because of my proximity to the Dodgers there for 16 years while I was out in the desert Southwest. Uh-oh, now we got a proxy war going on between Pete and Moritz. My official position is I don't really care who wins the World Series as long as it's not the Yankees again. If I never see the Yankees win another ball game in my life, that'll be fine. Now I got a bunch of people in New York who are going to be pissed at me. That's all right. That's all right. We all love Billy Joel, right? That's our thing. We can all come together on that. New York forever. Okay, let's see here. All right. Pascal wants to hear Nikita by Elton John. Nice. And I'll tell you what, I haven't done one of these for a while, but definitely on Elton's birthday in March, we will do an Elton John 2-hour special. So everyone put that in your calendar. I think it's March 25th, but I can't remember off the top of my head, but I'll make sure to announce it on my YouTube channel. Okay. Lots of great requests today. Gary Elgord, how you doing, my friend? Speaking of the desert Southwest, one of my friends from Mesquite, Nevada. Sorian, it's good to have you with us. Thanks for joining us. Simon is here. Simon Kidson, good to have you with us. Aiden Swenson is here. Would love to hear Gray Seal or Sweet Painted Lady. I'm not terribly well versed in either of those songs, although I have heard them and like them. So I'm going to put it in the queue. I may not get to it today, but I really need to brush up on those. Thanks, Aiden. I appreciate the request. Don't lose faith in me. Okay, I've got, hi Nadia in Argentina. Good to have you with us. Having a nice day with your parents. Hi Steve, I'm Maxim, your friend from Russia. Could you please play Billy Joel's Leningrad? All right. Absolutely. And last but not least, before I start in on the request, Lee Scott says, which is your favorite? Glory of Love, You're the Inspiration, or Hard to Say I'm Sorry, and which is the hardest to play? I think I am, hardest to play is Glory of Love. It's got the most challenging coordination stuff, and although the key changes in You're the Inspiration are challenging, but there's less going on. There's less precision involved in that song than there is Glory of Love. I love all three of them. I'd have to flip a coin, though, on You're the Inspiration and Hard to Say I'm Sorry. I'm just in love with both of those songs. I have no idea. I couldn't pick between the two of them. I probably would edge those just slightly higher than Glory of Love, but all three of them are solid gold, so that's kind of where I'm at. Really quick here, and Valeyard is here. Hey, Steve, any advice for teaching kids your method with little hands that can't reach octaves, what to do with the left hand? Also, show how to play boogie-woogie piano in upcoming lessons. Okay. Yeah, I'll definitely try to do that in some of the free lesson Friday stuff. The thing I would do with little kids is teach them the same rhythm patterns, but instead of having to do octaves, I would just either pick pinky only, or I would pick thumb only. Probably Pinky, and then because I think that's going to set the foundation better. And also the reason I would choose Pinky only is because then at some point if they want to incorporate the broken octave thing where it's like 1 5 1 5 1, just kind of sets them up for it down the road as their hands get bigger and their skills balloon out. So yeah, that's what I would do. It's the exact same rhythm patterns. They just don't have to do the thumb and the pinky. I just do the pinky only and teach the chord symbols. So, okay. All right, guys, let's get on with some of these requests, and I'll check the feed again in a little bit. And really quickly, we'll start out with, I'm going to perform the song that we dropped this week for the, this morning for the Sunday Jam with the YouTube Music Mafia. Had a little fun today. We decided to go country this week. We went back into the outlaw movement, and my favorite of the outlaw country guys was Waylon Jennings. He was kind of the lead dog on that. And Waylon was like the first country artist to sell 1 million copies of an album. He wasn't the first country star or anything, but he brought it to a level of commerciality that nobody had done prior to that. And I just always liked this song, so we did it, and I, of course, tagged Waylon himself has been, he passed away, I think, in 2002, so he's been gone for like 22 years, but he still has his estate runs an Instagram account, the official Waylon Jennings music account, and I tagged him, and they were very, very complimentary. They sent us a like on Instagram, and they actually shared our video in their Instagram story themselves today, so that was kind of fun. So I'm going to send this out in the memory of the late, great Waylon Jennings. It goes like this. There's only 2 things in life that make it worth living. That's guitars that tune good and firm feeling women. I don't need my name in the marquee lights. I've got my song and you're here by my side. So maybe it's time we got back to the basics of love. Let's go to Luckenbach, Texas, with Waylon and Willie and the boys. The successful life we're living's got us feuding like the Hatfields and McCoys. Between Hank Williams' pain songs, Newberry's train songs, Blue Eyes crying in the rain. Out in Luckenbach, Texas, ain't nobody feeling no pain. Babe, let's sell your diamond ring and buy some boots and faded jeans and go away. This coat and tie are choking me, and in your size society we cry all day. I've been so busy keeping up with the Jones, 4-car garage and we're still hanging on. Maybe it's time we got back to the basics of love. Let's go to Luckenbach, Texas, with Waylon and Willie and the boys. The successful life we're living's got us feuding like the Hatfields and McCoys. Between Hank Williams' pain songs, Newberry's train songs, Blue Eyes crying in the rain. Out in Luckenbach, Texas, ain't nobody feeling no pain. No sir. Let's go to Luckenbach, Texas, with Waylon and Willie and the boys. The successful life we're living's got us feuding like the Hatfields and McCoys. Between Hank Williams' pain songs, Newberry's train songs, and Blue Eyes crying in the rain. Out in Luckenbach, Texas, ain't nobody feeling no pain. In Luckenbach, Texas, ain't nobody feeling no pain. In Luckenbach, Texas, there ain't nobody feeling no pain. Let's do some Beatles here for KJ Money. Let me get the lyrics up for this here. Help, I need somebody, help, not just anybody, help, you know I need someone, help. When I was younger, so much younger than today, I never needed anybody's help in any way. But now these days are gone, I'm not so self-assured. Now I find I've changed my mind, I've opened up the doors. Help me if you can, I'm feeling down. And I do appreciate you being round. Help me get my feet back on the ground. Won't you please, please help me? And now my life has changed in oh so many ways. My independence seems to vanish in the haze. But every now and then I feel so insecure. I know that I need you like I've never done before. Help me if you can, I'm feeling down. And I do appreciate you being round. Help me get my feet back on the ground. Won't you please, please help me? When I was younger, so much younger than today, I never needed anybody's help in any way. But now these days are gone, I'm not so self-assured. Now I find I've changed my mind, I've opened up the door. Help me if you can, I'm feeling down. And I do appreciate you being round. Help me get my feet back on the ground. Won't you please, please help me, help me, help me. All right. That was one I was afraid might kind of fall off the rails in the middle somewhere. We made it. Okay. Let's give this one a try for our friend Ruth in Virginia. This is a Peter Cetera track. We'll be doing some more Peter Cetera in the form of some music when he was with Chicago a little bit later in the show. But this was a solo cut. I've never tried this one before. I reviewed it really quick before we came on today. And this one this came off an album called, let me see, it wasn't World Falling Down. It was called One Clear Voice, which was an album I really enjoyed. And this was one of the singles. Didn't really go anywhere commercially, but I thought it was a nice tune. And it's called Faithfully, but it's not the Journey song. It's not a cover of the Journey song. It's a different song. And it goes like this. Some say it's just the nature of the beast. When you love somebody so passionately, time has a way of stealing that raging fire you're feeling, leaving the ashes laying at your feet. Those fools of little faith will never know those higher places two hearts can go, where time is standing still and love will burn until the heaven and the earth have come and gone. The fire inside for you is constant as the morning star, and you will be forever in my heart, as long as there's a river searching for an endless sea. I will always love you faithfully. Tonight we'll raise a glass to lovers across the ages. We'll hold each other and toast to the day when history's said and done, we'll still stand as one. Some things were never meant to fade away. This fire inside for you is constant as the morning star, and you will be forever in my heart, as long as there's a river searching for an endless sea. I will always love you faithfully. This fire inside for you is constant as the morning star, and you will be forever in my heart, as long as there's a river searching for an endless sea. I will always love you faithfully. All right. Thanks for the fun request there, Ruth. I love getting a chance to play things that are completely, like, I just haven't thought about for years and years and years. Okay. What next? What next? Many, many good requests to choose from today. We've not done any Elton John yet today, so we're going to start with this one. This was Pascal's request of Nikita from 1985, the Ice on Fire album. And we're going to follow this up with the request from our friend Maxim in Russia. Both of these songs are about, it's very unfortunate that we're in this situation again where, and I'm not going to get into the geopolitics of it all, but the point is that people that live in Russia are people, and people that live in America are people. People that live in the West are people, and if it wasn't for the way our governments, our governments don't get along for various reasons, depending on your position on it. Those are justified or not. I think there are good reasons why the governments don't get along, but the sad part is that if you just removed people from those situations and stuck them together, they would get along. We have a lot in common. And both of these songs are about specifically people from the West and people from inside Russia. They were both written during the Cold War, and there's kind of a new Cold War going on now, which makes me very, very sad that it has to be that way, but it kind of does. And it's just about how the wars between our governments, it's not between people who are just living their lives who have so much in common and would be friends under any other circumstance. So we'll do Nikita, and then we'll do Maxim's request of Leningrad by Billy Joel. Hey Nikita, is it cold in your little corner of the world? You could roll around the globe and never find a warmer soul to know. Oh, I saw you by the wall, 10 of your 10 soldiers in a row, with eyes that looked like ice on fire, the human heart a captive in the snow. Here, Nikita, you will never know anything about my home. I'll never know how good it feels to hold you. Nikita, I need you so. Oh, Nikita is the other side of any given line in time. A counting 10 soldiers in their row. Oh, no, Nikita, you'll never know. Do you ever dream of me? Do you ever see the letters that I write? When you look up through the wire, Nikita, do you count the stars at night? And if there comes a time guns and gates no longer hold you in, and if you're free to make a choice, look towards the west and find a friend. Nikita, you will never know anything about my home. I'll never know how good it feels to hold you. Nikita, I need you so. Oh, Nikita is the other side of any given line in time, counting 10 soldiers in their row. Oh no, Nikita, you'll never know. Nikita, you will never know anything about my home. I'll never know how good it feels to hold you. Nikita, I need you so. Nikita is the other side of any given line in time, counting 10 soldiers in a row. Oh no, Nikita, you'll never know. Counting 10 soldiers in a row. Counting 10 soldiers in a row. Ooh. Nikita, you'll never know. I don't know. I hope that it's the balance between the piano and the voice is better. Suddenly, I just realized that I had my piano volume down a little bit. Sorry, guys. So the first few songs, my voice was probably a little bit overpowering. So hopefully that made it a little better. Okay, this one's by Billy Joel, as we said. Same theme. Victor was born in the spring of 44 and never saw his father anymore. A child of sacrifice, a child of war, another son who never had a father after Leningrad. Went off to school and learned to serve the states, follow the rules, and drank his vodka straight. The only way to live was drown the hate, and Russian life was very sad, and such was life in Leningrad. those yellow reds to hell. Cold War kids were hard to kill under that desk in an air raid drill. Haven't they heard we won the war? What do they keep on fighting for? Victor was sent to some Red Army town, served out his time, became a circus clown. The greatest happiness he'd ever found was making Russian children glad. The children lived in Leningrad. Children lived in Levittown and hid in the shelters underground till the Soviets turned their ships around and tore those Cuban missiles down. In that bright October sun, we knew our childhood days were done, and I watched my friends go off to war. What do they keep on fighting for? And so my child and I came to this place to meet him eye to eye and face to face. He made my daughter laugh, then we embraced. We never knew what friends we had until we came to Leningrad. All right, thank you both, Pascal, for requesting Nikita, and Maxime, thank you for Svesiva. I think I'm saying that right. Svesiva. Svesvia. I'm sure I said it badly, but anyway, Svesiva possibly is what it is, for requesting Leningrad. All right, this one's going out to Kat for National Hugging Day. This is my favorite George Strait song. Well, it's tied. It's tied with two other songs. It's like I can't pick between the three of them. But this is definitely one of my favorites. And George didn't write this because he wasn't much of a songwriter. He was just a great interpreter of songs. But he was excellent at choosing songs to record. And I just always thought, whoever wrote this, and I should know him off the top of my head because I should have researched it, but really, really deserves high marks for what a creative idea it was. The guy wrote a song about it. He wrote a song called The Chair, and it ends up being like one of the great romance songs of all time. Anyway, this is for Kat to slow dance and or snuggle with the one she loves. Well, excuse me, but I think you've got my chair. No, that one's not taken, I don't mind. If you sit here, I'll be glad to share. It's usually packed here on Friday night. Oh, if you don't mind, could I talk you out of a lie? Well, thank you. Could I drink you a bite? Oh, listen to me. What I mean is, could I buy you a drink? Anything you please. Oh, you're welcome. Oh, I don't think I caught your name. Are you waiting for someone to meet you here? Well, that makes two of us. Glad you came. No, I don't know the name of the band, but they're good, aren't they? Would you like to dance? Well, I like this song too. It reminds me of you and me. Baby, do you think there's a chance that later on I could drive you home? No, I don't mind at all. Oh, I like you too, and to tell you the truth, that wasn't my chair after all. Well, I like you too, and to tell you the truth, that wasn't my chair after all. All right. Thanks, Kat. All right, Thomas George has a request here for us. He wants to do some Michael Jackson. Gonna make a change for once in my life. It's gonna feel real good. I'm gonna make a difference. Gonna make it right. As I turn up the collar on my favorite winter coat, this wind is blowing my mind. I see the kids in the street, but not enough to eat. Who am I to be blind, pretending not to see their need? a summer's disregard, a broken bottle top, and a one-man soul. They follow each other on the wind, you know, 'cause they've got nowhere to go. That's why I want you to know I'm starting with the man in the mirror, and I'm asking him to change his ways. No message could have been any clearer. If you want to make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and then make a change. Na 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 na. Yeah. I've been a victim of a selfish kind of love. It's time that I realize there is some with no home and not a nickel alone. Could it be really me pretending that they're not alone? A willow deeply scarred, somebody's broken heart, and a washed out dreams. They follow each other on a pattern. They've got no place to be. That's why I'm starting with me. I'm starting with the man in the mirror, and I'm asking him to change his ways. And no message could have been any clearer. You want to make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and make a change. And I'm starting with the man in the mirror. I'm asking him to change his ways. But no message could have been any clearer. You want to make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and make a change. Hey, I'm asking him to change his ways. But no message could have been any clearer. You want to make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and then make the change. You gotta get it right when you got the time, because you can't close your mind. Yeah, na 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 na. Yeah, 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 yeah. Starting with the man in the mirror, I'm asking him to change his ways. And no message could have been any clearer. You want to make the world a better place, take a look at yourself, make a change. is take a look at yourself and make a change. All right. Thanks, Thomas. All right, this is going out to Lee Scott. You know our love was meant to be the kind of love that lasts forever. And I want you here with me from tonight until the end of time. You should know everywhere I go, always on my mind, in my heart, in my soul. Baby, you're the meaning in my life. You're the inspiration, bring feeling to my life. You're the inspiration. Won't have you near me, won't have you hear me saying, no one needs you more than I need you. Yeah. And I know, yes I know that it's plain to see, we're so in love when we're together. Now I know that I need you here with me. Well, from tonight until the end of time, you should know everywhere I go, you're always on my mind, in my heart, in my soul. You're the meaning in my life. You're the inspiration, bring feeling to my life. You're the inspiration. Won't have you near me, won't have you hear me saying, no one needs you more than I need you more than I. No. Won't have you near me, won't have you hear me saying, no one needs you more than I need you. You're the meaning in my life. You're the inspiration, bring feeling to my life. You're the inspiration when you love somebody till the end of time. You love somebody, always on my mind. When you love somebody till the end of time. When you love somebody, always on my mind. Thank you, Lee. For our friend Moritz, he wants to hear some Paul McCartney. Now, this one I have not done in a spell. This came off of a soundtrack album for a movie that Paul made in 1984 called Give My Regards to Broad Street. Which I do not think was much of a commercial success, but there was some good music that came out of it, and one of them was this song. Let me see if I can find the right key here. I can wait another day. I can wait another day. Gotta see, where's the high note? Okay, I think this one could work. I just need to drop. Well, I could do it here. Okay. So anyway, this song was a hit single. Not a huge hit single, but a hit single nonetheless from the Broad Street soundtrack. It's called No More Lonely Nights. This is for our friend Moritz in Graz, Austria. I can wait another day until I found you. You've only got my heart on a string and everything to flutter. But another lonely night might take forever. We've only got each other to blame. It's all the same to me, love, 'cause I know what I feel to be right. No more lonely nights. No more lonely nights. You're my guiding light. Day and night I'm always there. May I never miss the thrill of being near you. And if it takes a couple of years to turn your tears to laughter, I will do what I feel to be right. No more lonely nights. No more lonely nights. You're my guiding light. Day and night I'm always there. And I won't go away until you tell me so. No, I'll never go away. Yes, I know what I feel to be right. No more lonely nights. No more lonely nights. You're my guiding light. Day and night I'm always there. And I won't go away until you tell me so. No, I'll never go away. And I won't go away until you tell me so. No, I'll never go away. No more lonely nights. No, no. There you go, Mo. Thanks for the request, as always. Let's check the comments, see if there's anything new happening that I've missed out on. We're at the turn here of the first hour. A little past it, actually. All righty. Moritz wants to know, what do I think about the recent rumors that Billy Joel could possibly release new music this year? I'll believe it when I see it. If he does, good for him, and I will, of course, listen to it. If he doesn't owe me anything at all. What he's already done has impacted my life in ways that I'll never be able to adequately thank him for, and so I just hope that anything that he does or doesn't do, it's because it's what he wants to do and because he's enjoying doing it, and I think he's earned that. And so I think it would be cool. But if not, I'm not going to be super disappointed because at this point in time, he's already delivered the goods for me. So hopefully, whatever he's doing, he's really, really, really enjoying, and that's how I feel. And I will be the first one in line to hear it if that rumor turns out to be true. Dave Rosado joining us in Brazil. Good to have you with us. Obrigado. And wish your lovely bride a happy belated birthday. I saw on the Instagram recently. Tatiana. Okay. Ernest is here. He says, can you perform Go Rest High on the Mountain by Billy Joel, or excuse me, by Vince Gill? Sorry, Billy Joel on the mind. That's one of the few I don't really know by him. I'm sorry. That's one I should know. I mean, I know, let me do just a little bit of a chorus from it, because I don't know the whole song. I don't remember how the verses go, but... Actually, I don't remember the chorus either. I only remember the opening. It's a beautiful chorus. Go rest high on that mountain. And then I'd get lost. So it's too special of a song for me to run the risk of butchering Ernest. So I'm going to have to put that one in the queue of things for me to refresh my memory on. And I'm sorry I'm letting you down tonight. But thank you for the request. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous piece of music. My most favorite song. Oh boy, that's a tough one. The real honest answer is like it fluctuates. My favorite song is whatever song I happen to be kind of into in any given moment, which a lot of times is whatever I'm working on for like YouTube release or something. I'm kind of like deep diving the song. But I've told people, you know, it's hard for me not to make that song Piano Man because it's had such an impact on my life. I loved it so much when I was younger. I learned it. I won talent shows with it. It kind of, I named myself Piano Man Steve. I named my piano course the Piano Man Approach. I have, to this day, I have pianomansteve.com. I don't play it at every one of these live streams, but like I don't know if there's ever been a gig I've played in front of a live audience that didn't include that song in the set. And it's something that I'm known for in a lot of places. It's a song that when I start playing in many, many places that I have any kind of a reputation, people will start applauding as if I wrote the thing, which that, I'm not saying that, like it's Billy Joel's song, but it's such an important song to me that it's hard to not make that my favorite song. But in terms of do I ever like program it and listen to it? No. And I never play it unless I'm at a gig, because I probably performed it. I think I did the math. I've performed it at least 1,700 times in front of a live audience, and I'm sure that number could be as high as 2,000 at this point. So I think one song that I never get sick of, that every time I hear it I just absolutely love it, is She's Always a Woman. So that'd be another one that I could put up in that top tier. But honestly, it's just kind of whatever song I'm like really vibing on right now in any given moment, that's my favorite song right now. Okay, hello from France. I'm currently learning your song of Elton John from your video. Well, your song, nice. Well, thank you very much. I'm glad that the video is helping you out. And thank you so much for tuning in and saying hello. Merci beaucoup. Gerardo, hi Steve. Hola, mi amigo. How we doing? ¿Cómo está? Thank you very much, Ruth. Well, thanks for the request. That was a fun song to play. I love Peter Cetera. Great singer, but also a great songwriter. Unanswered Prayers by Garth Brooks. Okay, yeah, we can do that one. That's a good tune. I haven't played that probably for 20 years, but I love that song. And Garth is an old favorite of mine. I don't do a ton of country music anymore. I used to play a ton of it when I was working a lot of live shows in Nebraska back in my earlier days of performing. Earl Salvosa. Hi, Steve. Everyone. Happy Sunday. Thanks for inspiring us, your tutorials, and many awesome songs. I'm jumping around. Can you please play Honesty? Okay, I'll put that one in the queue. Love that song. One of my all-time favorites. Susie Wheeler's joining us from Florida. Good to have you with us, Susie. Thank you. Lord Farquaad is here. How we doing? Yo. Kane. Luckily, someone else asked that, so I've already addressed that. Good to have you with us, Mr. Brown. Chris Herb, thanks for the tunes. Thank you, sir. Okay, Lily, my loving, Lil, my loving wife, is listening to, and she just said, I love that. Aw, man in the mirror. Thank you. Gracias, Lil. Gracias, Lily. It's a typo. Okay, that makes sense. Muchas gracias, senora. Levi Sullivan's here. He says, hey, Steve, can you play All Things Must Pass? Oh, my gosh. It's a good tune, and I just don't know it well enough to even, I try to fake my way through stuff if I remember how the melody goes. And in this case, I don't remember enough of the melody. So my bad, Levi. I got to brush up on that. I love George Harrison. Love him, love him. And I know that's a great song because I know I've heard it and loved it, but I'm drawing enough of a blank. I can't fake my way through it tonight. Aurelian, sorry. Hi, Steve. Can you play any Daft Punk song if you know one? I'm sorry. I'm going to let you down on that one. I am not familiar with their catalog at all. My bad. Thank you for the request. If there's something else that I could do for you, please put it in the comments below, and I'll be happy to take a look. Okay, Shruden wants to know if I can do the Angry Young Man / Prelude. If we've got time, I'll try to get that one in. Something by Prince. Well, let me see what I can do because I'm kind of letting you down on the other two that you asked for, Aiden. Shruden says, hey, Steve, you've taught me to play She's Always a Woman to Me, the beginning of Italian Restaurant, Honesty, Moving Out, Piano Man, My Life, Only Good Die Young, and Just the Way You Are. Well, that's amazing. And Vienna, well, thank you so much. It makes me happy to know that my work is meaningful in some way to somebody out there. Okay, let's see what we can do here with the remaining requests that have come in. Let's start with this Garth Brooks one for Lars. Let me pull up the lyrics. All right, this was off the blockbuster No Fences album that had Friends in Low Places. It was his second release on Capitol Records and just went bananas and made Garth into the artist that we know him today. Just the other night at a hometown football game, my wife and I ran into my old high school flame. And as I introduced them, the past came back to me, and I couldn't help but think of the way things used to be. She was the one that I'd wanted for all times, and each night I'd spend praying that God would make her mine. And if He'd only grant me this wish I wished back then, I'd never ask for anything again. Sometimes I thank God for unanswered prayers. Remember when you're talking to the man upstairs. Just because he doesn't answer doesn't mean he don't care. Some of God's greatest gifts are unanswered prayers. She wasn't quite the angel that I remembered in my dreams. I could tell the time had changed me. In her eyes, too, it seemed. I tried to talk about the old days. There wasn't much we could recall. Wait, I said that. I did that wrong. Let me see. In her eyes, too, it seems. We tried to talk about the old days. There wasn't much we could recall. I guess the Lord knows what He's doing after all. Walked away, I looked at my wife. Then and there I thanked the good Lord for the gifts in my life. Sometimes I thank God for unanswered prayers. Remember when you're talking upstairs, just because he may not answer doesn't mean he don't care. Some of God's greatest gifts are unanswered. Some of God's greatest gifts are all too often unanswered. God's greatest gifts are unanswered prayers. All right, thank you, Lars. Sorry for the little boo-boo in the middle there. Okay, here's one for Earl. This is from the 1978 album 52nd Street. And it was one of 3 successful singles off of that record. And this is the first Billy Joel song I saw Billy Joel perform in 1994 in person. It was the second number in the Billy Joel Elton John face-to-face concert. I was 16. They came out, they played Your Song together, and then they played this one together, and it's burned in my memory as the first Billy Joel song I ever saw Billy Joel perform in person. So it's become a sentimental favorite of mine because of that. If you search for tenderness, it isn't hard to find. You can never love you need to live. If you look for truthfulness, you might just as well be blind. It always seems to be so hard to give. It's such a lonely world. Everyone is so untrue. Honesty is hardly ever heard. Mostly what I need from you. I can always find someone say they sympathize if I wear my heart out on my sleeve. But I don't want pretty face to tell me pretty lies. All I want is someone to believe. Honesty is such a lonely word. Everyone is so untrue. Honesty is hardly ever heard. Mostly what I need from you. I can find a lover, I can find a friend, I can have security until the bitter end. Anyone can comfort me with promises again. I know when I'm deep inside of me, don't be too concerned. I won't ask for nothing while I'm gone. When I want sincerity, tell me, where else can I turn? You're the one that I depend upon. Honesty is such a lonely word. Everyone is so untrue. Honesty is hardly ever heard, and mostly what I need from you. Thanks, Earl. All right, I'm going to see if I can do something here for Aiden here. We're going to do some Prince. Just have to think about what Prince song I might be able to do some kind of justice to. All right, this is probably the best one for me off the top of my head until I have a chance to review Prince's catalog a little more extensively. Okay. I never meant to cause you any sorrow. I never meant to cause you any pain. wanted to be one time to see you laughing. Only want to see you laughing. Right, notes. I only want to see you laughing in the purple rain. The purple rain, purple rain. The purple rain, purple rain. The purple rain, purple rain. Only want to see you, baby, in the purple rain. Oh, I never wanted to be a weekend lover. I only wanted to be some kind of friend. Baby, I could never steal you from another. It's such a shame our friendship had to end. A purple rain, purple rain. Purple rain, purple rain. Purple rain, purple rain. I only wanna see you underneath the purple rain. Honey, I know times are changing. It's time we all reach out for something new. That means you too, you say you want a leader, but you can't seem to make up your mind. Think you better close it. Let me see it. And let me guide you to the purple rain. Purple rain, purple rain. Purple rain, purple rain. Purple rain, purple rain. If you know what I'm singing about up here, come on, raise your hand. Purple rain. I only want to see you. I only want to see you in the purple rain. Purple rain, purple rain. Purple rain, purple rain. I only want to see you. I only want to see you in the purple rain. Well, that was an interesting experience. Aiden, I'm sorry that that's the best that I could do for you tonight. I will try to do better in the future. Okay, Thomas George wants to get a little bit silly with some Billy Joel here. Let me get the lyrics up to this, otherwise I know I'll forget them. This is off of an album that came out near the end of 1983 called An Innocent Man. Which was a very commercially successful album, yielding no fewer than 6 top 40 hit singles, 3 in the top 10. This was one of them. This is probably the one that's survived the longest in the public consciousness. Excuse me. The highest charting one was a song called "Tell Her About It," which hit number 1. But this was a top 5 hit, kind of lasted longer. And probably because they made a video with Billy's then girlfriend, soon-to-be wife, a rather modestly attractive woman named Christy Brinkley. Anyway, this was designed to sound like a Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons song. It goes like this: 1, 2, 3. Oh. Living in her uptown world. I bet she's never had a backstreet guy. Bet her mama never told her why. I'm gonna try for an uptown girl. She's been living in her white bread world as long as anyone with hot blood can. And now she's looking for a downtown man. That's what I am. And when she knows what she wants from her time, and when she wakes up and makes up her mind, she'll see I'm not so tough just because I'm in love with an uptown girl. I've seen her in her uptown world. She's getting tired of her high-class toys, all her presents from her uptown boys. She's got a choice. Uptown girl, you know I can't afford to buy her pearls, but maybe someday when my ship comes in, she'll understand what kind of guy I've been, and then I'll win. And when she's walking, she's looking so fine, and when she's talking, she'll say that she's mine. She'll say I'm not so tough just because I'm in love with an uptown girl. She's been living in her white bread world as long as anyone with hot blood can. Now she's looking for a downtown man. That's what I am. Oh, 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 oh. for Thomas George. Pete, I do not mean to screw you over tonight, my friend, but I'm feeling a little like it's been so long since I heard that song. Yeah, you know what? I'm not going to screw you over. I just might not play it well, but I'm going to try. I just have to find the key that works for my voice. We'll see how this goes. This is off of this, the 52nd Street album. This is for Pete Pull, and I might screw this up royally, but I'm going to give it a try here. Little Gio is a friend of mine. We get some money and buy a cheap wine. Sit on a corner and have a holiday. Let me hide the bottle when the cop goes by. Talk about women and lie, lie, lie. Oh, my other world was just a half a mile away. Wait for mama to turn out the light. Crawl on the roof and then head the night light. Yeah, should be sleeping, but tonight I just can't stay. I've given everybody so much time. Now I need a moment that's mine, mine, mine. Whoa, my other world was just a half a mile away. I just don't have any falsetto left. It's just a half a mile away. It's just a half a mile away. It's just a half a mile away. Angelina, save a place for me. I've been living someone else's life, and now I've got to be free. Turn your transistor on and let the music play. I try to keep the family satisfied. Now there's gotta be more to life than try, try, try. Oh, my other world is just a half a mile away. Not a very good job tonight on that. I apologize. My voice is a little shredded and I can't do the very well. See. But I gave it the old college try for you, Pete. Okay, we're going to end tonight with this request from Shruden. Thanks, everybody, for being here. I haven't done this one in a spit and a little bit of a spell, but this is a cool tune. This is by Billy Joel as well. This is off the Turnstiles album, and it's called The Angry Young Man. With his working class ties and his radical plans, refuses to bend, he refuses to crawl. He's always at home with his back to the wall. He's proud of the scars from the battles he's lost. He struggles and bleeds as he hangs on his cross. He likes to be known as the angry young man. Yo, no, 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 no. Give a moment or two to the angry young man with his foot in his mouth and his heart in his hand. He's stabbed in the back, he's been misunderstood. It's a comfort to know his intentions are good. He sits in a room with a lock on the door, with his mouth in the nail and set out on the floor. He likes to be known as the angry young man. I believe I've passed the age of consciousness and righteous rage. Found that just surviving was a noble fight. I once believed in causes too, had my pointless point of view. Life went on no matter who was wrong or right. Oh, there's always a place for the angry young man with his fist in the air and his head in the sand. He's never been able to learn from mistakes, so he can't understand why his heart always breaks. His honor is pure and his courage is well. Barren is true and he's boring as hell. Go to the grave as an angry old man. There's always a place for the angry young man with his working class ties and his radical plans. Refuses to bend, he refuses to crawl. Always at home with his back to the wall. He's proud of the scars of the battles he lost. He struggles and bleeds as he hangs on his cross. And he likes to be known as the angry young man. No, 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 no. I'm sorry I'm cutting it off about 5 minutes earlier than normal tonight. I have a business call I got to make in a little bit, and I need to get a couple of notes prepared before I do that. So I leave you tonight hopefully satisfied. I did as many of the requests as I could. And I thank you so much for being here, as always. Highlight of the week for me. If you're a musician, remember, if you're not having fun when you're making music, you're doing it wrong. And for everybody, please remember as you go out into your life this week, give as much love as you can to as many people as you can, as often as you can. Don't leave anything on the field, guys. Leave it all. Leave it all on the field. Don't hold anything back. Because none of us knows when this particular ride comes to an end. All right? You don't want any regrets. I love you guys, and I'll see you in a week. Bye-bye.